Hello, and welcome to episode 154 of Nintendo Therapy, the show about the latest news and rumors, plus a celebration of all the things Nintendo. My name is Harrison, and joining me today is Kevin
Hello.
and Sean.
That song's stuck in my head now. Damn it.
You're welcome.
Welcome back, guys, and 154 is a big number. You know why.
I
I,
don't
I
know
don't,
why.
I don't, I don't know why either.
I was
Oh,
surprised the other day that we didn't mention Pokemon at all during episode 150 or 151. I was like, we missed it. But we'll be talking about them
oh,
today.
Oh, that's true. That's true. And actually, I had that open here, so that might be the first thing we talk about,
Perfect.
unless we're going in a different order. But
No, that's
uh,
that's great. Legos, take it away.
uh, I well, you had written it down, but there
Okay.
are
Yeah.
now the pre-orders open for the first three, I guess, ever Pokemon Lego sets. There
Now,
is
if you're saying to yourself, I've seen Lego Pokemon before, that was a different brand. That was not official Lego. They had some Pokemon sets for Mega Blocks, I think it's called.
sounds
Uh,
right.
Yeah, I have the Charizard from that. And they did a Pikachu and a few others, but I guess Nintendo wanted to have some official Legos now. So yeah, we've got three sets coming. There's a Lego Eevee for $60, the most reasonable priced one, I guess, the most affordable. Then it goes to Lego Pikachu and a Poké Ball. That's $200. And then you've got a triple statue of Venusaur, Charizard, and Blastoise, and that set is a whopping $650. Now, a lot of people are saying the same thing. Oh my God, that's more than a Switch 2. That's very expensive. This the normal. Yeah, I agree. It is expensive for Lego, but at the same time, it's also nothing new. It's exactly how they price their sets. They're usually about 10 cents per piece, and that one has enough pieces where the price is about 9 cents a piece. So it's actually a little lower than some of their other
it's
um
massive.
licensed merchandise.
Yeah,
What's that?
it's a massive set. The one that's I thought
Exactly. You got to think of it
it's
like the
over
Lego
yeah
Death
it's
Star.
almost
It's
seven it's almost
huge.
7,000 pieces.
The Lego
And
Death Star set, by the way, is $1,000. If people want to know, like these are not 650 is expensive, but it is not even close to the most expensive Lego set out there.
are there people out
I thought of the Pokemon ones, the biggest, most expensive one was the coolest one. I mean, I'm not a Lego or
the
Pokemon
cool
guy, but
the most expensive
Yeah.
one also comes with the the badge set if you pre-order it,
Hmm.
and that to me
oh,
is by far the coolest part because
Yeah, the badge set is really cool.
the badges in Pokemon representing like the Kanto region and it comes in a Lego case. That's really cool. And then
Yeah.
the other part that I'll just add on for context just now is that if you are a Lego insider, which I never knew that's what they called their members, but if you are a Lego insider, you
yeah.
can trade in 2,500 points or whatever they called it
Oh,
to get the mini Pokemon Center. So I assume that down the road they're going to
Oh
do
yeah, I
more
saw that.
sets,
Yeah.
but they're also going to do a bigger Pokemon Center as well. Are there people? Are
I
there?
think I think the EV it would have been cooler because it's a small set. That's why it's the cheaper one. Or I should say affordable. Um it it I was surprised. I think one of at least one of these sets should have had like a little Pokedex. I thought would have been cool and easy for Lego to do with their pieces, but
Mhm.
maybe they're leaving that on the table for the future.
Yeah, the actual physical Pokédex toys that they would have back in the day, those were so
Hmm.
cool, and they were.
Yep.
I mean, I remember they were hard to get at some point, but anyways, yeah, that would have been so That would've been so cool. So, I'm sure they're gonna do more of these sets. I don't know how limited they are because I still saw the pre-orders up last night when I was taking these notes. So, yeah, and it's all kind of for the anniversary. But what I wanted to ask is, are there LEGO people out there that get mad at round Legos? They're like, "Oh, Legos should be square," or something. I don't know. I don't
Maybe.
know.
I don't know.
Possibly,
It's
possibly.
possible. I don't know.
I will say I kind of know what you're talking about because I've put together some of the Star Wars Lego sets and a few others. And I do kind of, when I see a piece that did not exist when I was a kid, I am kind of like, well, this is cheating. Like, you know what I mean? Like they created this piece just for this set. It feels kind of like cheating to me. But but yeah, so but it doesn't upset me. It's just it is a thought I have though.
Are Legos one of the items that you think about, like, if I won the lottery or if I had unlimited money, it's something that you would have or
No.
no? Or it just takes up too much space?
No, they're I like to do them like once a year. I'll buy a set or like get one for Christmas or something, but for I could live without them. Like they're fun, but and I enjoyed the part of my childhood where I had them, but they're not something I need. I actually we were talking right before we started recording about amiibos. I would probably buy amiibo before I'd buy Legos.
Yeah,
Yeah, I never get big on Lego as an adult. I mean, every now and then they release something, and I'm like, "That's really cool," and I'm like, "I
Mhm.
have nowhere to put that."
that's my part, 'cause I
So
think,
that
like, there's, like, certain, like
And I was just saying I have nowhere to put my amiibos. So yeah.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, same thing.
Yeah, but also, like, if I was, like, rich or something, I would have a physical space, maybe, like, I could have a whole room to do that, but it would still take up that physical space. I think I fantasize more about that process of, like, putting it together. I never think about, like, "Oh, now it's just a toy that I'm never gonna wanna take apart and put back together
Mhm.
again."
Yeah.
So
Yep.
that's the part that I kind of think of a lot. I did
So,
decide
I mean, to
though.
be fair, they don't really make horror movie Lego sets either, so
That's true, and actually,
Yeah.
I kinda wanna, that's something I wanna talk about here, and that's actually relevant. I did
Are you
decide
going to the
though.
other Lego story from this week?
I did decide that I want
Oh.
the Lego Game Boy. That's only $60. I
Oh, yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that's cool.
yeah,
And then
I
people
don't
have
know.
modded it to make it actually play games too.
Yeah, I don't know if I would actually mod it, but it would be just kinda cool to have, and it's not that big. Like, I'm like, "Okay,"
Yeah.
like, because when it came out, 'cause I was thinking that was gonna be, like, over 100, but $60 is, like, right it's like, that's less than a game. It's
Yeah.
less than a game,
It's
so,
a sweet spot.
yeah, it's right there. The part that I was gonna add, 'cause I've seen it rumored a lot. I think it's a rumor every year, but it's been pretty heavy with, the anniversary, and there have been photos possibly of it shown off, but, Stern, who makes all of the big, like, pinball machines, they do Walking Dead, they did Star Wars: Fall of the Empire, Stranger Things, like, you name it, they probably did it, right? They were heavily rumored this year in whatever CES stands for, convention, electronic something in Las Vegas. They were rumored that they were going to be presenting a Pokemon pinball game, which would have been most likely super limited and most likely in the higher range. And a higher range of a pinball machine is like over $10,000. So it would have been a
Yeah.
very specific collector's item. My
For the
surprise,
fancy bowling alleys.
my surprise is that one, there's never been a Pokemon pinball machine because of the obvious.
Mm.
There's been two Pokemon pinball games. Uh,
Yeah, and they
but
have the Pokeballs. It's perfect.
yeah, 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 exactly. So there have been. I don't think there was any. actual news on it. But yeah, like I'm so surprised that there's never actually been a Pokemon pinball machine, and um, yeah, I didn't realize pinball machines were that expensive and also extremely expensive to maintain. You know,
Oh yeah,
if you need to do that.
absolutely.
So, but I'm sure
Well, I'm sure it's a dying art too. There's probably not a whole lot of pinball repairmen, so like they kind of can name their own price. You know what I mean?
man, that would be super cool. But I'm sure if they were to announce it, it like I'm sure it would be like sold out instantly, or it would be one of those things where I'm assuming if you're a pinball buyer, you have a guy, you have like a dealer,
Mm.
you have like some kind of
Probably.
pinball dude.
Well,
Yeah.
even these Lego sets, like I'm sure there's like someone's going to be
There's
buying
80.
all three sets, sitting on them in the box unopened for 15 years, and then selling them on eBay. Like they they playing the long game on some of those scalpers.
Of course, of course, as they should. And wait, did you say there's other Lego news?
Yeah, so another thing that was I didn't put it in the notes, but it's because there's not a lot to say about it. It came out today that it was a leak that so if you don't like unofficial news, skip ahead. But there was a leak of a Zelda Lego set that's coming out. It depicts which they've already had Zelda sets before. This is just a new one that we didn't know about until now, where it depicts the final battle from Ocarina of Time. It's like a Link fighting a Ganon, and it's got the castle ruins kind of around them. And it's leading, it's feeding the rumors of the Ocarina of Time remake coming any day now. But it's like, guys, they already did Ocarina of Time Legos, so this is just pairing with that. I'm not saying it's not coming, but this doesn't relate to it. So yeah.
I did
Yeah,
see
it's
that.
pretty cool looking.
Yep.
I did
It's only
see.
130 bucks.
Yeah.
So
Not bad in a scheme of Legos.
We have official
Um,
price. Okay. Okay.
so yeah, I'm not sure where it leaked from. Let me check. It's says and Netflix will eventually get the Zelda movie. I think they get all the Paramount movies, so that makes sense. Um a new Zelda Ocarina of Time themed Lego set is leaked. It depicts the final battle. Set is titled The Final Battle. It is 1003 pieces, set to launch March 1st. So they know everything about this. This was
yeah.
basically an announcement. Um, you can it's good. They got the box art. Yeah. So this is if this was a leak, they leaked it all.
Any
Yeah.
129 US dollars.
anything significant?
Yeah.
March 1st, March anything? I mean it's anniversary year.
Yeah,
Where
it could be about
where's
that.
all the
Yeah.
Ocarina merchandise? Where's all the Ocarina stuff? That's what I want to
Yeah, you
know.
got to go on Etsy if you want to buy that stuff. Like, come on, Nintendo, get on it.
Uh,
We need a
Anim
Lego Zelda video game now.
Yeah, I was pretty
Absolutely.
surprised with the number of Breath of the Wild Tears of the Kingdom items we got with the Animal Crossing update. There was a few
Oh
predictions
yeah.
that I was incorrect on as far as items go, but I thought that there was going to be certain Pocket Camp items available in the game. Who knows? They could always put it in. I don't know if they're gonna update this game again, which is the thing now. Like, who knows? Like, because
Yeah,
they could say Animal Crossing, this is the last update, but then it's like, okay, yeah, sure. Like
they've said it before. Yeah.
they said it before, but we're not quite there yet, though. Anyways, yeah. Was there any other? I had a couple other small news items. Was there any news for the week before we get to the big thing?
So one thing I saw that I just wanted to address quickly is I saw a lot of people sharing that Nintendo's stock went down 30 by a third recently. I'm not sure if it was this week or last week. But yeah, their stock went down 33%. And people were saying, this is proof that Nintendo's crashing and burning and the Switch 2's killing them and all kinds of stuff. And I think it's important that we keep in mind that first off, all tech is struggling right now. But second, it went down 33% from an all-time high. They were riding high and they weren't going to stay there. So 33 is a big number, but it's also, like I said, coming down from a big number. And um, that said, I'm just kind of hoping that this motivates them to put a few more things into that February direct, like maybe they're like, okay, let's reveal a couple of things we weren't already planning to do, put in some things where we only have a logo and a release date, throw that in there. We might get that.
How
Well,
funny it would be if the direct started with Metroid Prime 4 is coming, and they're like, ah, damn it, did that already.
yeah. Well,
They're
I
falling apart. I think most companies also take a stock hit when high up person leaves, and we just lost Bowser, so I think that's part of it as well.
s- that
That makes
could be
sense.
it. That could be it. I think so. I didn't. If I were to research this, which I didn't, I could do a lot of talk about my frustrations with investors, all of that. But if I were to research this, I would not look at a drop. I would look at year over year. Where were they
Yep.
in January of 2025?
Yeah.
This is also the
And
final.
that's what I meant by
This is also the
it's coming down
final.
from an all-time high. They hit an all-time high in, I think it was November, was the highest their stock has ever been. So they're
Yeah,
coming down from that.
I would not look at drops, unless I wanted to be a reactionary and put out a video, which a lot of people do. Which which a lot of people do. It's like,
Yep.
oh, like this is an opportunity to talk about, oh, Nintendo's going down, and then when they go back up, I can make a video about them going back up. It's after the holidays, and it's also the final stretch leading into a new fiscal year for them. So this is
Yeah.
usually a downtime. That's without me doing any other research. But if I wanted to be
Yep.
genuine, that's what I would have done is I would have
That's
searched year over year.
that's why I
But
said that thing
a lot
about
of
the
people don't.
February direct is that's when they usually announce the rest of the year, or at least the next two quarters of the year. So
Yeah. I'm excited about that.
hopefully it motivates some more announcements.
I'm really hoping that's gonna be big. Yes, they need to push systems. Like that part is clear. But yes, I mean, if you
Hmm.
want to talk about other frustrations, I'm probably in agreement with all of that. But I wouldn't look at stock numbers like as a consumer.
Speaking
Not
of
that much.
pushing systems, another
Yeah.
half news story I have is data miners found that on the Nintendo website there is a new system code for the Switch 2. So people are debating if it's a new model or just a new SKU code to put a package a different game with it. So that's out there. You can look for that news story. I have no details besides that. Um,
I do.
I get a lot of half news stories this week. Oh, you
Yeah.
do? Okay.
Yeah. I have some half news stories as well. So I'll go. Um, Fellas, we um we knew about it pretty much last year in 2025. It was all but confirmed, and I know that both of you are super excited about to hear about an update about this game and this series. But it's all but confirmed now that Echo the Dolphin is back. There was
Oh, thank God.
Why?
there was a new website put up about the Echo the Dolphin series, and it has a countdown timer that goes to April 22nd, 2026. So we can probably just assume
Every
that,
IP will return. It's everything we grew up with will be back at some point. What is left? Is the
yeah,
Not
question.
much.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sega did a big like media push last year. They made a lot of announcements saying that, hey, this is perhaps the direction Sega is going in. And honestly, guys, for Sega, I know the nostalgia bait is something that I get super tired of. You know, I don't watch all these freaking like superhero movies and all of that, but for Sega, this might be the right way to go. They might just want to focus
Mhm.
on their older IPs. I'm not saying Echo the Dolphins it, but
Yeah.
that was a small news item that I had this week. There's a website. They pretty much confirmed that this was going to be coming back last year. It's not the one that I'd be circling for Sega,
Yeah, I
of
would
course
be
not.
because in those same announcements, the ones they mentioned that I think would create the most buzz on the internet are Crazy Taxi, because they said that was gonna
Oh
be
yeah,
coming, uh, Jet Set Radio,
Golden
and
Axe.
Golden Axe. Those would be my
Yeah,
3 focuses.
yeah.
I
You
think
know,
Streets
I
of
Those are all
haven't.
Rage is
really
also
good.
in there, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, those yeah.
Well, I mean, Streets of Rage has had a game recently, but
Mhm.
Crazy Taxi, that I'd be curious to see what they would do to bring that back.
There's
I want
s-
Simpsons Hit and Run. Come on,
there's
bring
so
that.
many
Uh,
There's so many options of it. So
Mm.
yeah, Echo the Dolphin fans, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure in April 22nd they're gonna be announcing the game. I don't think that's gonna be the release. I think that's just the
Yeah.
announcement of like, hey, here's a release date, or we're making another game. So there's some hype there. My other small news item is that we finally got some Quest 64 news. I'll talk about that really quick. Um, Rain Chews, which I don't know how to describe them, but they work on recomps of older games that are usually only available through emulators, through ROMs, and they worked on a recomp of Quest 64. The simplest way I can put it, the way I understand it, is you don't have to use a ROM to run this game. You can run it as an executable, as an EXE. So it's easier to run. They upgraded it to 4.3 and they unlocked the FPS. So you know, for most people playing on their PC or handheld PC or whatever it might be, it will match whatever your monitor refresh rate is. So it's just an upgraded something that it will fit different systems accordingly. And that was pretty much it. It was just
that's
Quest
cool.
64 was in the news, so I thought like we had to talk about it for a minute.
West 64 is the perfect game for the modding community, and I hope they get involved in there
There's
because
already
if you're gonna put this on PC, it's it's like it's like a blank canvas of a
Mm.
world. Like the world is like so basic that you could pretty much mod it in any way you want. Like you could add any type of mechanics you want to that game. You're supposed to have horseback riding. Never did.
there's already a speedrunning category for it that people have put runs on. I didn't realize that people actually do speedrunning for Quest 64. Uh, Kevin, quick trivia, because I didn't write it down. Do you know what the UK name for Quest 64 is?
Oh, yeah, that's right. It did have a different name.
Uh, UK
Brian,
name.
is it Brian's Quest or was that the Game Boy one? Um, I'm
It
looking it up right now.
Holy Magic Century was what it was called in Europe. Holy Magic
Oh,
Century.
yeah, yeah, yep.
Australia and New Zealand as well. So yeah, Quit
It's the worst name.
64. It's got a kind of a more. I mean, it just seems more
It's
correct
missing
in my
Batman at the end.
yeah
Holy
in my
Magic
mind.
Century Batman.
Uh,
Oh man,
so
that's
so
funny.
yeah, I wonder if anyone's ever done Quest 64 in Minecraft. Because you mentioned like such like an open big
Oh,
area,
yeah.
people could probably. Anyways,
I would
um,
think so.
that's I want to keep that as a small news item. So I think we should move ahead. So
Yep.
that's all I got for you fellas this week. Echo the Dolphin, Quest 64, and it's been a slow news week. So there you go. I also wanted to talk the Animal Crossing update a little bit. So
Oh yeah, yeah. I wanted to ask you guys, how is it? Because I'm not playing it. So,
It's a standard update, it's not like a full-on DLC, it's an update, and I mean, it's actually more than a standard update, I'd say, because, you get a whole new location,
It's a
and
pretty big
yeah.
up. It's a pretty big. It's not nearly as big as what we got in the 2.0 update,
Mhm.
which um which also
I
then.
was yeah, they seem to give all the good stuff in the free update rather than the $5 upgrade, for Switch 2, which was nice of them,
Yeah, it's
because they
five.
coulda totally made this a pay to play.
Yeah, it's $5, and
Mhm.
yeah, I mean it's still a really big update. Man, I really wanted to do a 2-minute Nintendo therapy session on this, um,
It's
because I'm
it
really
took all my wood.
I'm really torn on this one, guys. And I'm really happy for all the people that are having fun with it. But but I feel like, as an Animal Crossing fan, it's not right for me to like not say it out loud. Like, the quality of life updates are great, but they're not that good, honestly, from like what they
Okay.
could be. And I don't understand. Like, you ever play a game for like an hour and you're like, why is it like this? Like, how did they go through like months and months of testing something and then never think about, why not do it this way? Like, if I can
Yeah.
point that out
Yeah.
in 2 seconds, why do you have teams of people working on it that, like, the bull
It's like
crap?
every Super Nintendo game that doesn't use the L and R buttons when you could use them to cycle through your
We
weapons.
have
I see that all
Oh
the
so
yeah.
time, and I'm
we
like,
have so
"Why?
many buttons
Why?"
now, and we still don't use them. And I don't
Yeah.
and I don't get it. Like, the bolt crafting is much better, but it's not good. The extra design slots are great. The extra inventory is great. But here's my experience. Like, I logged into the game. I haven't played it in 10 months. I got so much of the new currency, so much of it that I can't even spend it on the first day, because you can only buy 2 items in the shop, 5 items in the catalog. That's fine because you wanna come back another day. I get it. But, like, at this point, since I played the game for so long, I have so many extra materials, so many extra bells. Like, just let me get all of my items. Like, because I don't want to. I'm not at the point where I want to like go back and keep doing it. It feels like Nintendo just gets in the way of their games sometimes. Um, and sometimes I just want to say, like, let me play it the way I want to play it, and then, hey, then I'll start another island because I won't feel bogged down by this constant, like, oh, you got to go through a cutscene every time you want to do something. So bulk crafting. Um, Here's what it is. You still need a workbench, which is fine. You go to your workbench, you press A. You go through all of your recipes, and there's a lot of them if you've played the game for a long time. You press A.
There's categories though. That
There are
does help.
categories, that's fine. Um, um, you press A. Now, here's the confusing part to me. Then they say, "Do you want to craft it?" And I said, "Wait a moment.
Mhm. Yeah.
Where's the bulk crafting at?"
I did the same thing.
And I was like, "I don't want to
I
craft
missed it.
one. No, I don't want to craft one. I want to craft many." You press A. Then you want to bulk craft? Press Y. Press Y. Okay.
And it's like up in the corner where, because you're looking normally down here where it's like accept, and the press Y is up here, so you could easily miss it.
Yeah. So press Y. For some reason, they shows the Y
Mhm.
button. Okay, press Y. All right. Slide up to the number. That's fine. Press A, and then you have to go through the whole cutscene of hey, I got the item again. And then after that, do you want to continue crafting? And at any point, you press B. Oh God, you got to start this whole thing again. Now, tell me, with Nintendo making so much freaking money off Stardew Valley, here it is. If you're playing on Switch, press X, open your crafting, select the item, hover over the item, hit A, craft it. You want more? Hold down the A button. That's it. You see how quickly we just went through all of that? Now, I know I'm the guy who complains. I know people can say, like, Harrison, you're thinking about it too much. It's a children's game. But at the same time, for someone who's played this game over 300 hours, I feel burnt out. I really do. Just like I don't want to go through all of these freaking cutscenes all the time. And I that's that's pretty much where I am. I just thought that if you're going to implement quality of life features, do it the right way, especially if you're going to do it for a 5-year-old game. Um, but I do think it's a huge upgrade from what we had. So
Yeah,
that's also the part that I was a little bit torn on. Like the hotel is cool. I do want to do a bonus with you. The Slumber Islands are just by invite code, so that's super
I haven't.
easy.
Yeah, I haven't done anything with
I
that
haven't
yet.
done that yet.
Um,
So that's the last part that I want to get into. So maybe I do find motivation down the road to be like, yeah, I want to play this game more. But I think for me, I'm just kind of done with it. Like I love this franchise, but it's
mhm.
not my favorite Animal Crossing games. And I spent a lot of time with
Yeah,
it. I spent
okay,
hundreds of hours with it. So it
that's
all
fair.
My experience with it was I'd been spending the last like 2 months really heavily customizing my island for really the first time, and so this ate up all my resources. I didn't have a ton banked like Harrison, so, like, I went over to the box and, like, I'm out of wood now because everything it wanted required wood to craft. So, like, and I didn't have, like, a little like, I thought I had plenty, but no, I used it all. Um, so that was one experience with it is I just ate through all of my storage, crafting, about 15 things or 15 items. Some of them needed multiple of the thing. Um, and then the other thing that it I had another what was it? I don't know. It also made me want to play Animal Crossing New Leaf, which I might end up taking my 3DS to work because I feel weird taking my Switch to work, but I feel okay with the 3DS, so I might start playing that again. But that's totally unrelated to the update. What the heck else was there? I did the thing with the thing, caught the tarantula.
yeah. So they
Okay.
have
um,
so the new items
yeah.
are cool. I thought in Pocket Camp they have a Virtual Boy. They didn't have it in here. They do have the Famicom and
Mm. Maybe that's
they're
coming when Virtual Boy drops.
yeah they're
Oh, I know what I wanted to say.
say.
It when I was looking in the store for the $5 upgrade, which I haven't bought yet, but I think I'm gonna at some point. Um, I noticed something that I've never heard them mention before, which is the $25 um happy what's the DLC called? Um,
uh,
Oh, yeah, whatever the
it's not Happy Home Academy. It's Happy something.
Something like that.
The DLC.
The $25 DLC is included if you have Nintendo Switch Online expansion pass, which I never knew. Why didn't I know that? That should be
That's
somewhere in the stuff I read because I would have been playing it this whole time. I had a whole mode for Animal Crossing available to me. I didn't even know.
that's true. I knew that. I'm sure we've brought it up because I
Eh.
know I've talked on
Maybe I
here.
just wasn't paying attention. I just didn't know what it was.
I know I've talked on here about how I just bought the DLC because I didn't want to know, like, well, what if I
Mm.
like what
Yeah.
if I have a gap in my subscription?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Then like
I looked into that. It
uh,
does save it in the
it, it's
cloud if you gap. Yeah.
it saves it, but at that point it was kind of like, okay, I've played this game for 200 hours or whatever. Here's 20
Just
more
like if
dollars,
anybody's wondering
like
if you
that.
have if you have save states in any of your games and you cancel your Switch Online subscription, if you reactivate it on the same account, your save states will be there too.
Okay.
Until it goes offline. And yeah.
Yeah. Well, everything goes away eventually. I miss my Simpsons tapped out
I don't
and
know if the
things like
Switch
that.
will go away. Who knows? Maybe it just doesn't. but
Yeah.
but yeah,
Oh, you mentioned playing this game for over 300 hours. That's a good segue.
uh
Yeah.
right. Let's talk about games we played this year. Okay.
Yeah, the Nintendo Wrapped dropped. I don't know why they did it in January. I think everybody wanted it in December. We've already done so much year-end talk, but guys, I'm kind of ashamed of how much I played my Switch this year. When I got the number, I posted it on Blue Sky, so Harrison might have saw it already.
So why?
961
Oh,
hours. That's
that's a lot.
that's 40 days of this year I spent playing Switch, which is, and I went through the thing too where you could look at all your previous years starting with whenever you started. So I went all the way back to 2017, and I looked at every year. You can totally see when we started this podcast an increase in my play times every month. It's literally like 20 extra hours a month because of this podcast.
Oh,
So yeah, played 961 hours. My top game of all time is Breath of the Wild. Let me see what I wrote. Donkey Kong Bonanza had 62 hours. Interesting part was Breath of the Wild said I played for 60 hours this year, and I have no memory of playing Breath of the Wild this year. I don't know why that was in there. It was probably in like February or something. Um, and I didn't finish it because it didn't make it onto my spreadsheet. If anyone watched that bonus episode, so I didn't finish. I think I was just hunting Koroks. Anyway, what this revealed to me was just like how much time there actually is in a year. Because if I played Switch for 40 days, it sounds like that's all I do with my time. But I did a lot of stuff this year. This made me like reflect. I read 10 books, and my goal is to keep reading more books. I want to do more reading. I read 365 issues of Amazing Spider-Man. That was another thing I did, was I read one issue a day. Harrison, eventually I'm going to be reading your book too. Um, what else? Like I have a full-time job. I have a wife I spend time with. I have this podcast. It's like I
Kevin's just
have
bragging at
plenty
this
of
point.
things in my life. What's that?
Kevin's just is just bragging at this point. Yeah. Hey,
I'm just
podcast
trying to say,
listeners!
like,
I got a job, I got a wife, I got money, I got
he,
games, I
he,
got so many games I can't even play. That all this money I got.
you know what the conclusion I came to was, the reason I was able to play that much Switch is the one thing I don't have. I don't have any kids, and that's why I could play almost 1,000 hours of Switch this year.
Yeah,
And
children are
I'll tell you,
horrible.
next year,
I'm sorry, I'm interrupting.
once the Virtual Boy drops, I'm telling you, it's over. Once Virtual Boy's on Nintendo Classic, I'm gonna have 2,000 hours on my Switch next year. You watch.
I believe it.
Yeah, I think it's
All right,
all
that's my
about,
rant.
I think it's all about just the time management part of it, because
Hmm.
so, like, something that I do is, like, I really like playing the simulation games. If you look at my
Hmm.
gaming channel, it's all simulation games. And I would much rather put on a podcast and, like, work on my little Minecraft or my little car that I'm working on for 2 hours than,
Hmm.
like, if you looked at how much time people spend scrolling on social media, I'd much rather spend it, like, in a game than, like, I'm like, my screen time on my phone has gone down a whole bunch in the past year because of because of just being like, it's not enjoyable. Like, it's like this mindless, like, it's something that you get into and you're like, I feel miserable when I do this. So at least, like, if you're investing time in playing games and you're having fun, I think that's all
Yeah.
good, because most people will spend the same amount of time in front of a screen doing just mindless crap anyways. So that's my rant.
No, that's fair. Yeah, I mean, did 583 hours last year, so about 24 and a half days. Uh, 74 of those were August, which I don't know what happened in August. Where most of what I was doing was Switch. Uh,
It was really hot outside.
Mario Odyssey was my most played game of the year, but that's because I was trying to do the moon thing. And I played 106 games. I didn't beat 106 games, but I played 106 games.
Oh, you got more than. See, you had less hours but more games. I only had 56 games.
So, but I was all right with it. I didn't feel like it broke it down as much as the last year. It seemed to like simplify it a lot more. So,
Uh,
Well, it's just fun to have the stats too.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
just fun
it's
to know
good
you
to have.
wasted 40 days of your year.
I don't.
Maybe this year I'll do that, and then you can feel better about it. But
Yeah.
I never believe my
yeah,
stats. I think my stats
Yeah.
no,
are always lower than what they're supposed to be. Uh,
Hmm.
but
There are
I
some
mean, my
I
people
guess it's
there are
true.
some people who have shared it online that I don't believe their stats either, but it's the other way around. Like I'm like, "Oh, so you just leave your Switch on when you go and do stuff. There's no way you played it." Like when I'm ashamed of 1,000 hours and I'm seeing people with like 5,000 hours, I'm like, you know,
5,000
well,
hours.
that's I don't know off the top of my head if that's exactly
Oh,
what
I
it was,
know,
but
but
there were
well,
some that I did
some
the math and I'm like, "There's no way. You must just leave your Switch on all the time." And that's why it has that.
There are certain
the
games
funniest
where you
thing
can just be
about the
idle.
review this year, and I'm sure Kevin's did the same thing, so you didn't get this, Harrison, but it starts at the beginning and it goes, "Oh wait, hold on. Oh, you got a Switch 2 this year. Good job."
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, good.
Like,
Yeah, good job.
okay,
Way to
you're welcome.
go. Good.
No, but
Good.
it acts like it didn't know and it got started by mistake or something. It does that. It goes, "Oh wait, hold on. You got to switch to this year." Like it does like two stats before it does it. It's really weird.
So
Uh,
yeah, I didn't really need the kind of condescending thank you from Nintendo for giving them money for their new console. But no, I was happy the stuff carried over because I was concerned with what transferred when I did it. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Now I'm kind of tempted to try to beat your number.
Well,
I don't know
my
how the
goal is
hell
to
I'm gonna
still do
do it.
more reading, so hopefully next year we switch places.
There you go.
Got to read them books. Get book smart.
It does. The one thing it doesn't do, and I guess it's probably a pain, but I wish it broke down the Nintendo Online which games you played the most,
Yes.
not which services you use the most.
Absolutely, because it's like I forget how many hours I used. The Super Nintendo channel was one of my biggest ones, and I know a lot of that was I played Earthbound, like a full playthrough. But I'm like, what else did I play? I'm kind of curious, and I don't know.
Yeah, so I was a little bummed by that, but I think they've always done it that way.
Yeah, it would be nice. Again, it's like Harrison said with Animal Crossing. Nintendo does things sometimes where you're like, why did you do it this way? Like, oh great, I played 90 hours of Super Nintendo this year. It wasn't all for one game. Like, how does that break down?
And I did like they give you each month what your most played game was.
Yep.
So that was kind of interesting to see how that jumped around. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, we'll see if I can break it next year. But probably a good transition into a 1-2 of Mario Game Boy games that we all spent some time with, I think, right?
I, I'll say my
Yeah. We can
total because I don't my list this year wasn't that great. I had 310 hours on
that
my
sounds
Switch,
high.
Okay.
which I don't think is correct. Again, I think it's low.
I'll call it 400.
But
Just fine.
if you look at my overall gaming this year, my overall gaming in 2025 was definitely down as far as hours go. And if I hadn't like broken my shoulder, I probably wouldn't even be at like 300 hours on Switch this year. But pretty happy with what I did with gaming this year. And I think and I still have backlog, and then I'm looking towards um what what franchise I'm going to focus on this year. The last part I'll add is that I want to know, we didn't talk about the trademark of Phantom Hourglass on any episode yet. They did renew a trademark for that title. I really
I
want to
think
know.
Triforce Heroes is the one that they trademarked.
Triforce Heroes. You're right. You're right.
Yeah, yeah.
You're right. But regardless, I want to know what's going on with the 3DS, or that
Mhm.
era of Zelda games, because that's really a franchise I want to get into. Um, but
See
Yeah,
that
it would.
that's funny that you guys do that. I don't do that. I for whatever reason I don't have like I'm gonna do this franchise this year. I just don't do that for whatever reason.
I I need to find another motivation for Nintendo this year, just to make sure I have
Okay.
some sort of focus.
I'll
Because
say, in my opinion, Spirit Tracks is better than Phantom Hourglass. But I agree. I hope they make those games along with A Link Between Worlds. Those three Zelda games are kind of trapped only on those devices right now. I mean, yeah, you could buy them on the Wii U, but you can't anymore because that's shut down. Um, and not even you couldn't buy A Link Between Worlds, just Spirit Tracks and Phantom Hourglass.
right.
Anyway, I'm rambling, but the point is, I agree with you. I hope they get those Zelda games available because otherwise they're just going to languish on the DS and never be played by new players.
Yeah.
And oh, anything else? Now that I walked over Sean's transition, how about we do some
No,
Mar?
all good. All
How about
good.
we do some Mario
Kudos
games?
for the lowest hours, so kudos.
Okay,
So, our
cool. Yeah.
spotlight game this week, we played a couple of Super Mario Lands. Super Mario Land was released in 1989 for the original Game Boy. It marked Mario's first portable adventure and a bold experiment, unless you count those Game and Watch games, I
Very
guess.
well.
But yeah, a bold experiment for Nintendo's flagship hero, developed by Gunpei Yokoi's team rather than the main Mario staff. The game takes Mario far from the Mushroom Kingdom to the strange new land of Sarasala Land. I don't know how to Sriracha Land. Sarasala Land. That's the land in Super Mario Land, where he must rescue Princess Daisy this time from the alien tyrant Tatanga. Tatanga needs a comeback. Despite its tiny screen, Super Mario Land feels ambitious. Familiar platforming mixed with unexpected twists, including submarine and airplane shooter levels that break up traditional run and jump formula. The physics are looser than later Mario games. The enemies are a little bit bizarre, and the world themes range from ancient ruins to Easter Island inspired landscapes. It gave the game a unique, offbeat charm. While it may feel simpler and stranger than its counterparts, Super Mario Land laid the groundwork for Mario's portable legacy and introduced Princess Daisy to the series. It's a compact, quirky classic that proved Mario could thrive anywhere, even in the palm of your hand. So, what do we think of Mario Land, guys?
It looks way different if you
You
played
guys
on the original hardware.
It does. Yeah, the green screen shading of it all.
Mm. Oh yeah.
Well, also because of just the way it takes up the full screen too. I feel like I don't know, there's just something about the resolution that looks different when you play it on Nintendo Classics, even though it is the correct aspect ratio. There's just something about that green blurry screen that makes it you second guess your jumps a little more.
Right. Is that's where like my memory like first goes. Of course, I was a little bit too young to like enjoy the actual launch title of it, but I can remember having the old Game Boy. I can remember having this game and playing it on the old Game Boy, and it's just like it's an iconic game. It's a launch title for the Game Boy. Miyamoto's not a part of it, and it's like just fits so interestingly in the middle of what I imagine of what the NES Mario was, and then what we
Mm.
see changes in Super Mario Land 2 and then with Mario Beyond, because I think this is somewhere around this time. This is where Nintendo finally decides like Mario is our guy. He's it. And
Yeah.
Mhm.
and we have to market the games around the Mario character, which is why you see such a big jump between Mario Land and Mario Land 2. Really unique mechanics in Mario Land, like the flying fireballs that just kind of like they just kind of like
Yeah.
Yep.
fly
They're
everywhere.
like cannonballs.
Yeah, I
It's like a
think
bouncy ball. Yeah.
I think 12 levels is pretty reasonable for a size of Game Boy game for that time. And the and Mario in a plane shooting enemies made me think of a Mario Cuphead game automatically.
Yeah.
'Cause I was thinking, oh, like what if Mario had a shoot 'em up? That would be interesting. So uh Kevin, we ranked 2D Mario games, but I couldn't find the episode. I couldn't find it in our SEO. I
Hmm.
I think both of these games were either B tier or C tier. And I couldn't remember because I know we only had two games in D tier, which were Super Mario Run, the application, and then New Super Mario Brothers 2, which is like I guess iconically just not a good Mario game. Um, but regardless,
So you guys had a lot of nice things to say about it. So that's good.
You don't
well,
like Mario Land?
I don't like Mario Land that much, but I think it is a very important Mario title. That's what I'll say.
It's a very important Mario title. I do remember playing it on the Game Boy when my brother went in the service and let us borrow his Game Boy while he was away. And when it clicked back to me was when I got to the first boss and that horrible sound when you hit the boss went off.
Mhm.
And I went, "Oh yeah, I remember that." But yeah, I don't have a lot of nice things to say about it. I feel like the platforming is you have to be precise to the point of insanity on it.
Mhm.
And when
Yeah,
you
everything
miss,
is like landing on the head of a pin, kind of.
Yes, especially when
yeah,
you're playing
so
it on
when you
original
miss,
hardware.
Yeah.
yeah, you miss, you just plummet, and that kind of got obnoxious to me. Uh,
We
I
have
don't know.
rewind now at least.
I, I, so I utilize rewind because I beat both of these, and I, I liked the bosses. Those reminded me of Mario Brothers 2, and I liked the vehicle parts. But I just was really forced myself to get through it, and it's not, you said it's 12 levels, but I didn't have a lot of fun with it, and it's more of a I get the importance, but in my opinion, it's one of the worst 2D Mario games I've
It's probably
played
true.
ever.
It's probably true.
Yeah,
There's
I actually agree.
there's no Miyamoto, and uh Mario Land 2 is much better, and I think Mario Land just lacks that Mario charm that we see consistently with Mario games after this, honestly. Like I think
Mhm.
they really locked in that Mario character, and maybe it is the Miyamoto factor. I really don't know, but it seems like
It
without
could
Miyamoto, they
be
took a lot of risks in this one.
It seems like a
because
proof of concept, really. It seems like the type of thing that you eventually, when you play the real game, you look back and you're like, oh, look at the like early concept footage they had. They played it at E3 2 years
Yeah,
before the
yeah.
game was revealed. You know.
So yeah, the thing I will say for both of them, and it's a Game Boy thing, is they both suffer from that the world moves around your character because the screen is so small, and I think that adds a difficulty to the platforming too, because it just threw me off when I was trying to land. But again, that was a Game Boy thing, so that's not anything you can remedy now. But
Mhm. I feel like you can also see the Game and Watch is
yeah,
not in the it's not too far in the rear view mirror when they're making this. Like a lot of like when the blocks fall or stuff, like
yeah,
it doesn't look like it's completely part of the environment correctly. So
yep.
that's kind of cute watching them learn how to develop on the Game Boy.
I'm assuming this is a the Game Boy is coming out. We need a Mario game. It
Yeah.
Well, they
is
wanted
what
to
it was.
package it with the Game Boy. Have you ever heard that story? And I don't remember any of the names involved, but like it's kind of like a famous Nintendo story where they said if you want to sell when they were trying to figure out how to market the Game Boy, he said I don't know who he is. If you want to sell the Game Boy to boys, pack it with Mario. If you want to sell it to everyone, package it with
Tetris,
Tetris, Texas, with Tetris. Yeah, and that's why they went with Tetris because they were trying to sell it to everyone.
which was the better move,
Yeah.
honestly. So,
I
but
was
yeah, I
hope
mean,
yeah.
I wish I enjoyed it more than I did. So
I was hoping the story was gonna
I mean,
end with with like, oh, they want to sell it separately, and then Reggie comes in and is like, no, we have to package it together.
that's
who the
not
hell are
happening again.
you? You don't work here yet.
That original
Off.
Game Boy box art is so cool. I'm talking about the system where it's like all
Oh yeah,
futuristic. But anyway,
Mhm.
yeah.
uh, yeah. Are we going on to the next game,
This
or are we
this
ranking? I don't even
Mario
remember.
Land
Let's.
is 91 for me, and
Okay.
it is. Oh, I didn't check this part. I think it's the low. I think it's the lowest Mario platformer. It's not the lowest Mario game. No, it's not. It's the lowest Mario platformer on my list.
Okay. I had it at 55, which puts it right above Tetris on the NES, but
Okay.
Speaking of
it's below
which,
Game Boy Tetris because I don't know if anyone remembers. I prefer Tetris on Game Boy. But anyway, it puts it above Tetris, NES Tetris, and below Sega Genesis Ghouls and Ghosts.
So I don't know where it puts it as far as company, but it's at 154.
Okay.
It did not fare well for me. It has me nervous about the Donkey Kong lands. I'll
we
put it
were
that
really mixed.
way.
We were really mixed
My Game
on
Boy
this one then.
Tetris is 23, by the way, if anybody's wondering. I like it a lot more than the NES version.
So
Okay. Um, Super Mario Land 2: The Six Golden Coins, released in 1992 for the Game Boy, so plenty of years between 89 and 92 to develop a Mario game. It's a major leap forward from its predecessor, one of the most polished games on the handheld. This time, Mario returns home to find his castle has been stolen by his jealous rival, Wario, who has locked it away using six golden coins scattered across Mario's world. Unlike the first Mario Land, the sequel feels much closer to the console Mario experience. The controls are tighter, visuals are larger and more expansive. The level design is more varied, innovative. Each themed zone feels like, you've got like Pumpkin Zone or Mechanical Zone or Space Zone. They have a theme. It's got its own personality, culminating in a showdown that officially introduces Wario as one of Nintendo's most endearing characters. So, first one gave us Daisy, this one gave us Wario. With its improved gameplay, memorable worlds, and strong sense of identity, Super Mario Land 2 helped define what a portable Mario could be. It's not just a follow up, it's a statement and one of Game Boy's standout platformers.
I remember the marketing for this one a lot.
Yeah, the
They
Wario
really,
face. Ooh.
yeah, they really pushed 6 golden coins. I remember that.
Mario Land, Super
Um,
Mario Land.
this
Oh, wait, that
one
was the
fared
next one.
better for me.
Mm,
So my only negative was I sometimes had trouble distinguishing the background from the platforms I had to land on,
Mhm.
but that was the
sure.
only issue I had with it. I love that it has level select and like an overworld, but you could go to the worlds in any order. Obviously Pumpkin Zone was my favorite, but I like the macro world that was like a throwback to the giant world in Mario Brothers 3.
Yeah, Pumpkin Zone
Where
is a Mario Land where a character has a knife in his head. I don't think you're ever gonna see that
yes,
again.
yes, it is. I thought all the boss fights were fun, and that's not easy to do in a platformer, in my opinion. So they were all fun. I beat this one too. This I would play again. So there was really just again because of I'm guessing because it's a Game Boy game where I'm like, aha, and then I went down a hole and went, oh, that's the background. Oops. So,
Mm. That's pretty common of the era. I feel that way with a lot of platformers. Yeah,
Oh,
I've
keeping
always
it in theme with this week, there's a Lego level in in it, which we're talking about Legos. They're not actually Legos. They're Nintendo's toy rip-off version of them that
they're
they had, but yeah.
legally distinct
Yep.
Legos. Yes.
there was also Lego items in the Animal Crossing update. But anyways, yeah, I always thought
Yeah.
this
Yeah, it's all over.
I always
Yep.
thought that
Yep.
this
It's,
game was, yeah, it's a solid Mario game, and the sprites make all the difference in this one. And speaking of knives in your head, was Miyamoto a Friday the 13th fan? Anybody know? Because
maybe.
they do have a specific enemy in this game that I looked and I don't think ever shows up in any other Mario game. And it's the ones with the guys in they have like a Jason mask and they have a
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they have like a knife
Yep.
in their head. So like
I don't know. Maybe he's a
I,
big Friday the 13th guy.
I mean,
Could be.
he's a movie guy, isn't he? So I just was wondering, like, it would fit that sort of would kind of fit that time period, I guess. I mean, it was around,
Who
it
knows?
was like,
That could have been the entire inspiration for the sequel. Is he was watching the Friday the 13th and went, "Wait, I know what we can do," and then it turned into this.
love it,
I don't
I love
Yeah,
it.
he said he's he was watching Jason Takes Manhattan and he was like, "I want Mario to jump on that guy."
But it did work though. Six Golden Coins is the fifth best-selling Game Boy game of all time. Over 11 million sold. For a sequel to a game like this, absolutely, and for a handheld system too, just absolutely killed it on this one. This game sold
Mhm.
extremely well. Uh, so yeah, I just think it's a really, really solid Mario game. The platforming, the mechanics are all they all feel better in this one as well.
Yeah, Harrison, you talked about how we had ranked Mario games, but if you go all the way back to Sean and I's very first episode, I think I listed this as one of my top 5 Mario games. We did a top
Yeah, you
5 in that.
absolutely did.
Yeah. So I don't know if I ranked it that way this time because maybe time has worn it away a little bit. I ranked it at number 34, which puts it, let's see, right below Jet Force Gemini, right above Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Eat it, Sonic. I would rather play Six Golden Coins than you. I know that's a hot take. Um, and yeah, there's a bunch of Mario games above this, but not platformers. It's stuff like Mario Party, um, Super Mario Brothers 3, 2, the main ones are above it. So yeah, it has slipped out of my top 5 since those days, but it's still a favorite of mine and in my top 50 games on the list so far.
I have it at 58. So yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I
So
enjoyed it. Yeah, go ahead. That's all. I enjoyed it.
I
That's all.
enjoyed it. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It still got to 103 because there's a lot of stuff ahead of it. I enjoyed it more, but no,
It's just very
I'd play
basic.
the
Yeah.
I'd play this again, and this one clicked with me more, and I kind of got why they pushed
Mhm.
it so hard and why why it sold 11 million copies because it's like I can't see justifying. Well, you have a Game Boy for a couple years, you need to play Mario Land 1. It's like, no, just skip that. Go right to
Yep.
2.
It's the
That's the
perfect
one to play.
casual game for, like, sometimes if you're like I've had my Switch at, like, an airport, or I've had my Switch in a waiting room or something, and I'm like, "You know what? I bet I could play." I've done it with Star Fox. There's a few of these games where you can beat in, like, an hour, and I'm like, "You know
Yeah,
what? I bet I could do a full run of 6 golden coins right now," and you just do it.
I think I like that you can pick the worlds in any order you want, so you could be like, "Well, I'm gonna do them in this order this time." I
Mhm.
just kinda went in a loop because I didn't realize Space World was a world until I figured the first level out and went, "Oh, alright, there is more." But,
Yep.
yeah, I don't know, I thought it was a really solid, impressive game for a Game Boy game.
Word. Alright, let's find out what we're playing next time. Okay, break out your Lego sets because we're going to the Game Boy Advance to play Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team. I can finally find out what all those words mean together.
Yeah, I don't
Uh,
know
ha-
what that means at all. I'm intrigued now. Harrison, what
well,
does that mean?
I haven't
Like
played I haven't played this one, but I
okay.
referenced it in a I don't know what they call it on Blue Sky. It's not a tweet. A a
Skeet.
a skeet. They
I've
call
seen
it.
people call them skeets.
They
Yeah,
call it. They call it. I'm not going to call it that, but
I'm not either.
I referenced it because Pal World is not only are they releasing a farming game, they're now releasing a card game, which
Is
I
this a
found
card game?
very enjoyable because I watched the trailer and then realized that people think card games started with Pokemon, which is not the case at all. But they might be doing it to troll them a little bit. So I was like,
I wonder why
okay,
they put
when
only red on the service and not blue, because this is a paired. Oh, blue is a DS game. Never mind. Okay, I'm learning.
that
right.
would be why, I
So
guess.
I was like, when does Power World Mystery Dungeon come out? Or Power
Oh, I
World
get you.
Coliseum or whatever it's going to be next. So I'm pumped. I've never played this one, so
Oh,
I'm pumped to check it out.
Sean, it's got you written all over it. I've only read 5 words of the Wikipedia, but one of them is roguelike.
Oh, well then, roguelite Pokemon. Well,
Mhm.
this
Yeah.
this
So
may crack top 10, who knows?
join us next week as we dive into Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team and talk more about who knows, I might have a Year of the Backlog game finished by then. Something. Let us know in the comments down below what you think of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team. Let us know what you think of Super Mario Land and Land 2 and Land 3. We didn't talk about it this week, but you can say it. And we'll see
And
you all next. Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Nintendo Therapy is a part of Side Panel Network. I'll have my episode coming out tomorrow, actually probably the same day as this one. Check out the gaming channel. Check out all the links down below in the comments. That's the easiest part. You can find everything that we release right there. That's all.
New
We just
Ninja
need.
Turtle Nerds is getting recorded tomorrow, so that'll be up probably within a week.
We got a
I'll
lot of content coming
spend less
out,
time playing video
guys.
games doing that.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, we're new at this. We got to put it in the notes to run it at the end. So
Mhm.
I don't want to talk over people. Um, what else?
Cowabunga.
That's it. That new
Have a good
Ninja
week.
Turtle Nerds to be determined. See you all next week. Outro out.